at a large university like Indiana University, which has so much to offer to students as far as the width and breadth of programs and majors and activities available, it's also important to make sure that you establish a smaller, inner, more intimate circle of friends, activities, clubs, ways to get involved, ways to make the university more personal. And for me, the Hutton Honors College really has been that way of making Indiana University feel so much smaller than it actually is.
And you're held to higher standards too, which I think is important as a student. You want to be pushed, and especially if you are given the opportunity to be in the Honors College, you are obviously up to snuff.
I also have this arm of my social experience that is heavily academic.
Just all the visitors and guests that I've seen are just overwhelmed by how happy they are with the students here and how interested and engaged we are. You can always make a large school smaller, but you can't always do the other way. And in fact, I was looking at a lot of small schools when I was thinking about college, and I think the best decision was coming to IU, a school that had so much, but at the same time could be on the most intimate level as a small liberal arts college with 2,000 undergrads.
Honors classes have been the most memorable classes that I've taken so far. Each of them really concentrates on themes and ideas and major points behind what we're learning, and I think it makes it relate a lot more to our lives. You get a very wide range of students. It's not just students from just political science. I get to be in classes with students from the business school, from the sciences, and from other humanities. It makes there be a lot more variety, and you both meet new people, and there's a lot more room for ideas to expand in discussions because people have a lot of different ideas and different ways of looking at things. They have different backgrounds and different knowledge on it.
H212 Ideas and Experiences 2, which is one of the foundational honors courses in the Hutton Honors College curriculum, was one of the first classes I took here at IU my freshman year. And it really focuses on small group discussion. A lot of times I would come to class and my classmates and I would spend the entire hour and 15 minutes talking amongst ourselves about the issues that we read about, really leaving not much for the professor to do other than direct the conversation. And it also focuses on really deep philosophical issues and examining those from multiple perspectives instead of just maybe the more traditional ways of looking at them that students have been exposed to in high school. And for example, in my class, we read and focused on The Plague by Camus, which really looks at existentialism and really deep, serious issues about life and death and the nature and meaning of those. And I wasn't really very familiar with the book going into the class, but I knew where I stood on the issue of existentialism, or at least I thought I did. And the class really allowed me to look at it from other perspectives that I hadn't considered, and just in general opened up so many new horizons of exploring and examining important issues.
Just to highlight a couple programs, some of my favorites have taken place in this room right here. One of them being a discussion with General Pace, who was the former chairman of the Chiefs of Staff. And in coming to that, it was a group of just about 20 students in here. It's phenomenal to have that experience of sitting down in a circle with such an esteemed person and really having the opportunity to ask this man any sort of questions we would be interested in.
It was a great opportunity to have this special seating for when Madeleine Albright came to speak at IU, or when they had the director of the Nobel Foundation come to speak, and that was an exclusively Honors College audience.
Last year I started a research project with a history professor on the origins and founding of the CIA. And at the end of this school year I wanted to take that research further and be able to do some work over the summer, which isn't required as part of the program but is encouraged. And I looked into the Hutton Honors College grant program, which is actually open to all IU students, not just honors students. And I found that there is a specific grant for students, undergrads, who are working with a faculty mentor on a research project that covers summer research work. So I applied for that grant, and I ended up being awarded the grant, and it was able to cover all of my expenses on a 4-day trip out to the East Coast, during which time I had the opportunity to visit 2 different archives, which are pretty important in terms of CIA research, one at Princeton University and one at New York University in New York City.
One of the most critical things as a student of the sciences is being able to spend enough time in the laboratory. During the summers, it's particularly difficult if you have another job. So through the Hutton Honors College grants, I've been able to work full-time in my lab during each summer, and that has tremendously helped me develop
mainly
as a
for
student.
students who
The first
don't
grant
yet
I
know
got
that they want to do
was
research,
after
but they've
my
been working in
first
a lab or
semester of
research.
research.
It was
It
called the
was
Research
called
Membership
and then
Award,
the next
which
two
is
grants I got
mainly
were
for
the
students
research
who
grant and
don't
the
yet know that they want to do
professional
research, but they've been
which
working in a
allowed me to
lab
work
or
over the
interested in
summers.
working with a
I've received 3 grants from the Hutton Honors College. The first grant I got was the Hutton International Experiences Grant, which I used when I went to Amman, Jordan for my fall semester study abroad. I also got the Pre-Professional Experiences Grant, which I used towards an internship I had last summer in Washington, D.C. And I also am about to start the Teaching Internship Grant for the spring semester, in which I'll be helping out with a class.
I lived on the Teeter Honors Residential Community in Boysen, floor 3. It was a very competitive environment, a very motivating environment that helped me establish how important academics were to my success on this campus outside of all of the social interactions. And so I'm really thankful for that experience. To this day, I still keep in contact with a few of them, and I'm helped with that effort because of my involvement with the Board of Eons. A lot of us are on that board. It's a board of about 12 to 14, and I'd say about 5 to 6 of us, or 6 including me, are on that board that are all from that floor. So I would say from beginning to finish, like I started my career on that floor, and now they're with me in the Board of Eons on this really prestigious group of students, which I mean, this is awesome. And it's all tied back into the Hutton Honors College. So.
An HRC is an honors residential community. There's one in every neighborhood at IU, and I've lived on one for all the years that I've been here at IU. And basically, if you want to have a really great, close-knit community, a place where you can still have your academic priorities, right at the front, as well as having that time, to spend making memories, IU memories with people on your floor. And you just want to have a place where you can feel safe and welcome. An HRC is a great option to live in at IU. You have a lot of science majors, music majors, business majors, such as myself, all living on the same floor. And in the lounge, you'll see people getting to really heated discussions or just sharing a lot of different kinds of opinions.
It's you get to participate to the extent that you want. You have those open doors. You can take as much advantage of it as you want, but in the end, the experience is whatever you make of it.